the words you speak are going to help that one person that you have in mind. You're not worried about how you look or what's in the background. Like, it's just pure signal. I work with an electrician who does high ticket sales for generators, and he kind of was on the fence. Like, I don't know if video is going to do it. Like, it's such a niche, and I don't actually think people are going to really. I don't know if video is going to work. And then I'm like, okay, well, I mean, we could take this chance and figure it out together, and we did. And he got people like organic. We didn't no ads or anything. He just ran organic videos that we made, and people were like, hey, like you happen to do what I need, and through DM, he was able to get a customer.
All right, Neema, thank you so much for being with us today. You are a videographer, you have a videography agency, and you are based in Vancouver, in Canada. So we met each other, we can say the truth, we met each other during a coaching. It was in November, so 7-8 months ago.
That's right.
And yeah, we just keep in touch in Instagram and just follow each other and to see how is it going for the business and everything. And so I find interesting to having you with us today in the podcast because I think you can have a lot of value to give to the viewers. You know, if someone have a small business and or any business he wants to start to do some video stuff and you don't know where to start, I'm pretty sure they have a lot of questions. So I found that pretty good to having you with us today and just talk about the topic.
Yeah, man, thanks for having me. This is fun.
My pleasure. My pleasure. And we was talking just before each other, and I just asked you because you are a father, a young father, and I was wondering how was the life and to to do everything like a freelance video editing, having kids, having a dog, having a wife, all the life. How's it going for you?
Right. Time is probably the most expensive currency now, right? Because
Yeah.
it's going in so many different directions, but it's, I just, nothing groundbreaking, just I time block well, I guess.
Yeah.
I use my calendar. I try to, allocate specific time to getting certain things done. And, being a young father, like you said, it means like 4 to 5 hours of my day after work, I'm just kind of tuned out and I'm doing family time. And then, when they're asleep, then I can get to doing either more work or, whatever that is. So a lot of time blocking, yeah.
That's good that you keep the priority for your family.
Yeah, well, it's fun, man. I want to it's have being around my kids and family. It's like way more fun than working. But then when you're working, you want to do what's the most fun, which is what we chose to do, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's why I say sometimes because sometimes we can have a deadline and you say, okay, I have to focus now. I cannot do a lot of different things. And me, I don't have any kids yet, so it's more easy for me to organize my day. So that's why I was wondering, when you have like some video to finish, like your customer is waiting after you, you say, okay, I have to make a choice. One moment.
Yeah. I read a book that really changed my perspective. It's a book called Buy Back Your Time by Dan Martell, and he goes into depths about literally what your time means and how if it's not going to benefit you, you should be outsourcing it. So
Mm.
my philosophy has now been adapted to that, like where I'll I'll write down a task and I'll have to put like a dollar value next to it. Like if my time is being spent time if my time is spent on tasks that aren't going to make me that much money, then I'm losing. So I should be hiring someone to do that and creating a good SOP and train them and be in good communication and kind of be a leader to have that level of output so I can focus on getting more business. So I've
Yeah.
been working with an editor. Like I have an editor that I've been working closely with for the last 3 years. He's not from where I am. He's in the Philippines, but me and him have good rapport. He knows what styles that we try to go for, and we have an open communication where it's like almost like family. So
Yeah.
we're constantly helping each other grow. And like, I don't know if you can get far without really expanding your team. Like even for business owners, right? They hire us because they shouldn't be recording video, right? Like their time is spent on making sure the company's running. Marketing is good to have, but like a lot of business owners, if they're spending like hours trying to make one video and they're
Yeah.
doing that daily, like that's a waste of time. So
Yeah.
that's why
I
you would
agree.
that's why you would outsource and try to bring in some people to help you with it, right?
Yeah, true. True, but that's totally right. And I was the first at the beginning, to start to delegate. It's not so easy at the beginning. When you have your own business, the trust and everything, you are afraid that people will not follow your style of editing or this kind of question. But it's all about process. I realize it's more like, okay, how I can make a nice SOP that they can understand exactly what I'm looking for.
Yeah,
And
man.
since I understood that, yeah, a lot of things change. A lot of
Yep.
things change. So tell me more about Megafon, because your company name is Megafon, and how does it start?
How did it start? It started during a weird time in the world, and this was around 5 years ago. So,
Yeah.
do the math. It's 2025. But I was kind of like, I had a job. It was a cushy job. I wasn't happy about like my work. It was just paying the bills, and I found myself, having more time to really do anything. And I kind of was sick and tired of choosing like the lazy route of life and just being comfortable. So,
Mm.
especially because we're locked at home and you couldn't do much. So, I decided to just do the things that I really enjoy. And I've always liked photography. So, I started taking like courses on how to create a video business, right? And like I learned everything to do with video and I just taught myself and I kind of invested in myself to then be able to be of use. And my first customer was actually my friend because during that time, he didn't want to shut his doors, and he
Mm.
wanted to make sure people know that, hey, we're still open, we're still doing things, we're on top of mind, and that's exactly what we did. We just made a ton of videos and released it during weird times, and still running. The company still,
That's
didn't get
cool.
shut down, which is great, and from there, that's kind of where it started. And then now, and somehow it ended up helping a bunch of realtors. And now it's really any business owner locally that's trying to get their product or service out there so people know about it, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That's good. And when was the moment when you feel like, okay, it's going to work from now? Because at the beginning, when you start forward to work for a friend, so it's referral, but the business is up and down. So when was like the moment you say, okay, now I'm in?
Hmm. I guess the moment I dropped like $10,000 on camera gear.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, just the lens alone was like, I don't know. I for some reason I thought I needed to get really good gear and I need to make an investment, which was a good call. I still use the same gear, and it's
Hmm.
can't go wrong with Sony and the G Master lenses, but uh, they do hold their value. But I
You're
made
a Sony guy.
I am a Sony guy. Yeah, I mean, I only just because I don't know anything else. I'm not like a tech. Like I don't know too much about um, what the best camera on the market is. I just kind of know what I'm comfortable with, and
Yeah,
Sony seemed to do the trick for me. So,
that's a good one.
mhm.
That's a
But to
good
answer
one.
your question, it's when I made my initial investment, and I had a game plan. I'm like, okay, I'm going to give myself a year to pay this back because I had to take a loan out of savings, and
Mm.
that's kind of when the pressure was created. I'm like, okay, I got to do something, and then I ended up not making any money in the first year, which is most businesses I guess don't. And then second year is kind of when I made my money back on the initial
Yeah.
investment, and then year three was it keeps growing as you invest in yourself and you're trying to see how you can fit in the market by figuring out who needs what, right?
Hmm.
Figuring that
Hmm.
gap out. And that just means talking to a lot of people in that space, which I was fortunate to have friends that are in that space. I was fortunate to connect with others who wanted to talk about these types of gaps. And you position yourself, then like business naturally will grow if you're offering something of value, which is time. Essentially, we're helping people buy back their time and create. My offer is to create 3 months worth of content in just 2 days of filming, right?
Mm. Yeah, that's a very handy offer. I like
Mm.
this one. It's pretty good. Especially we know like time is money for our business owner.
Yeah.
So we need to help them like, okay, we are making some videos. So that's pretty like brand awareness, leads, sales, or anything they are looking for, but based on the strategy, but also time. And time is like, it's a real cost.
Oh yeah.
So are you doing also like the social media management or only like captation, filming, editing, delivering?
Yeah, we post for we create a schedule and we try to shuffle it in a way where it makes sense, and we release it, right?
Yeah.
We help them
Okay.
release. That way it's one less thing to worry about. And I like to also give like a game plan for how my clients can also be self-starters in social media. So like,
Mm-hmm.
for instance, like an Instagram story strategy. That way, you know, there's ways people can get a hold of you by knowing what you're up to, because Instagram stories only last 24 hours, and it's a good way to show the behind the scenes and connect on a deeper level and nurture your audience, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you're also posting on your grid to be able to reach other people outside your network. If you're providing value, if you have a specific thing you're doing that's able to attract your ideal audience, then you know I want to give you a path so you can continue to grow that, and we provide
Like the
strategies.
strategy. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
as
definitely.
as well as making sure everything's being posted. But I can't, you know, grab the phone of the owner and start showing what's going on behind the scenes, right? Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I have to, you have to show them a path and make it easy enough for them to execute on.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But are you also like doing the community management, because it's two different things, and sometimes people are looking for social media manager, like
Mm.
who someone is handling like the publishing all the posts and everything, and there is the community management, who is for me someone who is like engaging, is connecting on Instagram
Outbound.
and swearing, yeah, like
Yeah.
all the stuff on the side.
I honestly, we don't offer that. But I know that those types of services exist. And if our client would be in search of that kind of service, we definitely have, you know, people that we refer them to. But as a
Yeah.
part of our workflow, my goal is to make sure we get a ton of content for you to put on your grid and release it on a consistent basis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. What for me, for you, is the, for a business owner, if they listen, the best ratio of post per week based on reel, carousel, static images? What's the best advice you can give to, I don't know if I'm a cafe owner or real estate agent. I know it's different categories, so let's base on your own experience, like a business owner selling services. What's the best ratio to post?
It's a good question. And I think it really depends on your goals. If your goals is growth, then you need to reach people outside your circle. Therefore, Reels, it's the best format to reach people outside of your circle, especially now with the Instagram feature of trial Reels. It
Mm.
exclusively shares your content with people outside of your network. And it's a great way to test your videos to make sure that you know you're on the right path and
Yeah.
get really good feedback on it. So I would say for growth, Reels. If you're trying to nurture or you want to attract a certain type of audience which likes to more read, if you can fit carousel, do it. Like it's not like you're gonna get. I've gotten carousels that have um, actually gotten more follows than any reel, perhaps. So
Mm.
like, I can't really put a number on it, but I know that if you want to reach outside of your network, you got to go with reels. I don't do too many carousel posts. I'm a video guy, but
Me too.
but
Yeah.
my carousels have proven to do well. So I say do it all. Find a way to
Yeah.
do it all. But if you had to pick one, go with reels.
Yeah, I agree. And you spoke about stories, and that's very interesting topic, because like you really talk about how that can help to grow also your business with like these 24 hours of abilities and things like that, and in which way that the stories help you maybe also on your own business.
Yeah. So for like in a short form, yeah, the more time they spend on your stories, if they watch it through, like they get a glimpse of how your life is or what you do or behind the scenes or tips and tricks during the hours that can help them and guide them in a new direction. But there's other ways too. Like for yourself, you're mentioning that you do YouTube videos, right? And your
Yeah.
YouTube videos have helped you really connect with your audience to start working together faster. Because I mean, tell me about your YouTube strategy.
So me, the YouTube strategy, I start YouTube not to get viral or anything like that, only to build trust and to show the process, to show what I'm doing, and also what we're doing now, the podcast. It's like for long form YouTube video, and I realize it's very interesting to share I would not say our journey, our skills, but just what we are doing every day. That's help also for the connection. It's part of the video ecosystem we can have. I mean, when you make an ads, for example, about your services, and people will just click on your ads and they say, okay, I'm interesting, I'm looking for a videographer, but I want to get know him a little bit better. I don't want to call anyone like that. So they will check who you are on the I would say ecosystem of video, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, your website, your Google My Business, everything
They'll creep
they
you.
can
They'll
find
creep you,
about
right? They'll do a background check on you.
Yeah, I think yeah. Honestly, when
That's
you want
good.
to buy a product, okay, it's a product listing, you click, you have all information. But when it's like a service-based businesses like us, a coach, real estate agent or things, need to have a look. We are all doing that. We are all checking
Yeah,
before
I
going to
do.
the restaurant on Google My Business to check how many
You
reviews and things like that.
if you want a new camera or something,
Yeah,
you're
well,
gonna watch the
definitely.
reviews, right? You're
Same.
gonna
I'm
Google it.
watching the reviews, unboxing this kind of video. So YouTube for me helped me really to close different deal, very good deal, and also that's really helped me to connect with the audience. And it was from people from LinkedIn too. They jump on my YouTube video, and
Right.
the way I explain my process of work for making advertising, it was really based on ads. They find me like very focused on data KPI, because this is what I love to do also, and they feel connect with this way of thinking and this way of working, and so that's why they take action to book a call with me, and we jump and we close the deal together. So yeah, YouTube is very very powerful, and it's also free. I mean, you just do a video and you post it, and that's it. Like it's a marketing tool. Of course, you will not having 1,000 views. I book the deal with 50 views.
Yeah. I mean, you
It's
need the
not.
one out of the 50.
Yeah, it's more like doing the right information to the right people who are looking at you,
Yep.
and when they find you, that can match.
Yeah.
It's
And the
not
content's
going like
evergreen. It'll work for you
yeah
over time, for years, right?
for years. It's in now.
Absolutely. All the time they spent with you, that's nurture, right? And I mean, I advise business owners that also want people to trust them faster. Like, yeah, get on YouTube,
Yep.
post your process behind the scenes, your mission statement, all that. It's because the more time they spent with you, the more likely they are to do business with you. And that falls right under that middle of funnel where, at the top, you're attracting them with short form, making sure you're calling them out and giving them the solutions. In the middle, they spend more time with you. In the bottom, that's kind of where all the, offer goes. And
Definitely. No, it's a very powerful tool. It's a very powerful tool. I recommend you to jump in it.
so I was gonna ask you, actually, do you have any, assets or any strategies or anything that I could take away that, the audience could also be like, okay, I could start creating YouTube tomorrow.
But I would say, I'm not a big YouTuber, but what I can say is don't be afraid to give value. You can give all your steps. Honestly, tomorrow, if someone wants to learn videography, you can learn for free somewhere. You have so much video everywhere, you can learn for free. So if you want to learn advertising or anything else, you can. It's just people are looking for a mentor. People are looking to understand that you know your job. Okay, they don't want to do that by themselves. So you can give all the value you want to give. They will understand. You build trust. They can trust you, and they can take action with you. So don't be. My principal advice is like, don't be afraid to give value. Just give everything you can, and one moment that will match.
Don't hold back. Share the secrets.
Yeah, share the secret. Yeah, that's fine. If you're not sharing, someone else will share with. You know what I mean? So just be honest.
I mean, it's
and
better
authentic.
they get it from you, right?
Yeah. And authenticity, it's another one.
Yeah.
Not try to be someone else. At the beginning, to be honest, the first video, I was little bit, I will not acting, but I was keeping myself, because you are very focused on what people can see, how the video looks like. And I totally get that. It's a normal reaction. And you do one, you do two, you do three. It's like when you work with a business owner, he never did any video. You start to film him talking front to the camera. The first one is kind of a warm-up. But after, like, you learn very easy to do that. It's like a bike. You do that one time, and after, it's very easy to do.
It's like a repetition thing, yeah. So
yeah,
what are some ways you get people more comfortable behind a camera, or sorry, in front of a camera?
What exactly? What did you say? Sorry, what's the question?
What are some of the things you do to make people more comfortable in front of the camera when you guys are recording?
That's a
You got
good
any
question.
tricks?
Um, Honestly, and so I don't know for you, but on my offer, I don't block. Sometimes I say, okay, we can do that in 2 half days. So
Mm.
that's release also already the pressure to say, oh, we have to do 8 creative in one morning, because sometimes if they never did it, I don't want to push them. I don't want to create this pressure. So first of all, I'm taking off this pressure to say, if that's take 2 half day, that's fine. We will do it. And we do some warm up together. I just want to be sure when it's for advertising, they know the script,
Yep.
because that's very important.
Right.
I want to keep it natural. I'm not too fan of the prompter. I know some people can use it, but for some service-based businesses, I like when it's more natural flow.
Yeah.
So I feel it's much better on the camera than someone is reading. That's my personal opinion.
For sure. I agree. I get asked people like, "Hey, do you have a teleprompter?" I'm like, "I don't." And like, I don't know if you should be using one. Like I'll try to tell them like, "Hey man, like people that read off teleprompters that do it well are professional, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
they work
Mm-hmm.
in front of a camera 24/7 on the news or whatever.
Yeah.
If you want to, as an amateur, read from a teleprompter, like might as well just read from a piece of paper.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'll
So
try to. It's like no, that doesn't work. But
yeah,
it's mainly that, and sometimes I just want to bring them back to say, okay, where we you cannot be loved by everyone. So you will
no,
do a video. People will follow you. People will maybe not, but that's totally fine. And the second point, it's business. Okay, so we are talking to someone we need you, like somewhere someone will see your video because he needs you. So you are talking to them. Don't talk to anyone else. You are just talking to someone who needs your help on your services. And that's it. Just think about business. Think about it's just in the front of you. And we take the time and we go through that.
yeah, it's true.
What about you? What's your tricks?
My trick, sometimes like I'll get them to do some breath work. Like, okay,
Yeah,
I want you to just stop. Let's just do some breathing together. So big
it's
inhale,
good.
big exhale, big like, and then sometimes I try to like, if we need to like take breaks, I think breaks are underrated.
Yeah.
I mean, talking in front of a camera is it's not light work for a lot of people. It can be, but it's takes a lot of energy and
It's a lot. Yeah.
yeah, like I've been in situations where I've seen people like pretty much gassed because maybe they just, time of day, they didn't have enough food in them or something, right? But when you're doing like batch content, it's it's a bit of a marathon, right? So, I think spacing it out, having some breaks involved, getting some
Mm-hmm.
fresh air, maybe if you need to eat, especially on those long days, like having that in mind and planning it, they definitely make a difference.
Yeah. Like releasing the pressure, I think is the same.
Yeah.
Like you release the pressure. Say like, okay, if you want a break, take a break. That's totally fine. I
Yeah.
agree. And what about if someone is coming to you, like it's just launches businesses and he say, okay, I just want to start to build trust. What kind of video you can recommend him to do?
If it's like a brand new account,
Yeah.
oh, well, first off, I would say, tell me who you are and who
Yeah.
you help, and
Yeah.
then how people get a hold of you, and then pin that to the very top.
I agree. First of
And
all, yeah.
first thing, right? The second video is like, well, what do you actually help with, and walk them through the steps so they can actually do it on their own. Give it away for free and do it in a short form. Pin that too. Keep that at the top. And then maybe just behind the scenes of people, culture, like social proof, maybe your customer testimonial, something that shows you as a human. I mean, especially today, I don't know if you've seen all this AI stuff taking over
My
the
God. Yeah.
world. I mean,
Yeah.
people aren't even showing up anymore. They're just like, here, take a video of me for 10 seconds, and then I can create a indefinitely forever as many talking head videos as I want.
Yeah. I saw that.
There's a lot of
I
that.
s-
I don't know. It might be a fad. Or, people could be watching this video in the future and be like, look at these idiots that didn't like it. I don't know, right? But for me, it might be a fad, and I feel like at the end of the day, the human element, the human touch, that like unpredictability or whatever, um, that'll always have the edge. So, you know,
I agree. It's a topic we cover with Kyle for during another podcast. He's a media buyer. We spoke about emotion, and we said like today, human touch is emotion touch.
mm,
AI doesn't have emotion touch yet, you know. So we can still keep the things going on until the AI can understand really how to create emotion and keep emotion. That will
mm.
be another topic. But at the moment, it's still like, no, we are still good. We are
It's
still good.
entertaining. It's very entertaining.
Yeah, yeah, it's
I,
entertaining.
I've seen some stuff that like blew my mind.
Mm-hmm. You
It's
did you
def.
some picture with AI for your profile for fun.
Oh yeah, I was messing around with GPT, and that's another. I was just bored. I'm like, I should be putting some content out, but like, I'm having so much fun playing with Chat GPT. So I'm like, I'm just gonna show my process of how to create a headshot based on how I learned it from learning from someone else, right? And that was one of the better performing videos in the last little while anyway. So I guess people are really into the whole AI. I think the AI hype is real, and I'm curious as to see who's going to get screwed by it and who's going to win from it, because that's just, there's no other way about it, right?
Yeah, and they say there is a GPT-5 coming soon. I
Yeah.
saw some things about that too, but we will see. But I agree, like people are very involved in AI, but it's still the beginning, because I don't know for you, but most of the business owners who I'm working at the moment, they are not involved in AI.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're not even involved in content or ads
Yeah,
or,
yeah,
email campaigns. And these things are kind of the stepping stones as to, how you show up and how you convert online these days. Like AI can get you there pretty quick. There's no
yeah,
doubt about it. But you know, there's always that story about the turtle versus the rabbit. Like who wins the race, right? Slow,
true,
steady, consistent, or unpredictable
true.
bursts with long breaks, right? Like who knows? I think just try what's working and double down on it.
Yeah, but like like you speak about something interesting, about bringing like lead, because most of the business owner, they are making videos like for sales or for having leads. Some people are looking for something else, awareness or for fun or entertainment. Most of the people who I'm working now is mainly like service-based businesses or
Yep.
product. So
Yep.
it's like we are looking for sales or for leads.
Yep.
What's the difference for you when you're making a video about a video with view and a video with leads?
Ah, it's a very good question, and I'm practicing this new policy now of majority of the videos I create have no call to action. I don't want anything to do with like a sales or a lead. I don't want to generate. I just want to put an impression out of value. So the driver is like making sure I'm giving away something that people can be better off. Because if I made that impression on them, they'll remember the face, and that's building trust, and that's how you like that's just good quality organic content. Now, when it comes to putting out something that's going to generate me leads, either I'm putting out a piece of content with a call to action, but that call to action is going to have something of value. Like I don't know if you use ManyChats, but it's a great tool to be able to automate a process to add value. So right now, like one of my call to actions is for people to comment GPT, and I send them a custom GPT that I created that allows them to get a ton of topics based on their audience's desires and outcomes and struggles and misconceptions. So they answer a bunch of questions, and then it spits out topics that they need to be talking about on video, right?
Nice.
So that right there is a form of lead generation, but it's coming from a position of giving value first, like
Mm.
give, and then the Gary V jab right hook or whatever. So, but I also will run ads. I'll have a specific offer that goes out to the people who are engaged. So in form of lead generation, I rely majority of it from just inbound leads from my ads.
Yeah. Okay. That's an interesting topic. Me, this is what I'm saying. Some of my customer or like followers or people who are requesting leads, I said like, if you're looking to get viral, that's not my job. I'm not looking for that. This is not what I'm doing. What the video we are making are made for driving leads, awareness, but there is a real goal strategy behind. I'm not saying like giving like it's not real the other one, but I mean getting viral. It's different. Um, Targeting leads, and you say, okay, I'm jumping in the front of the camera for my business. So what I'm looking for is like giving value. As I say with YouTube, same, you give as much value as you can. But in one moment, you build trust. And when you build trust, you attract lead because people find you for a reason.
Oh yeah.
So, and there is another point I really want to talk about and having your feedback on it. But, about what we can see in the industry. It's another question I have. Do you hear at the moment on YouTube, Instagram, or somewhere some, I will say, BS about content creation, bringing so much more leads or things,
Yeah,
very
yeah,
linked
yeah.
to the videography industry?
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't call it like BS, but I think it's a valid strategy, but it's not the one that I would recommend or do. But
Yep.
I mean, there are offers out there. Well, hey, we'll make sure you go viral, right?
Mm,
And that is fine and dandy. Like, there's nothing wrong with wanting to go viral if that is your goal, and that goal is like
yeah.
something that makes sense for the situation. But essentially, what that means is you're pretty much allocating a certain dollar value of what you're paying this person to create the content for you to be able to also double down on ads. That way, you're buying the views. So it's just more of a numbers thing. Like, you're going to get in front of, like, you're going to get the numbers, but like you're going to be spending money on it,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So I don't think it's BS, but it's just like, I don't think it's going to be a long-term solution unless you are like in a position to do that, which makes sense. Like, business owners who are just looking to get online, maybe not the best solution.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're going to have a better time trying to organically grow your base because I don't know. The way I look at it is easy come, easy go.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I have like close to the same example on my mind. Um,
Yeah.
like kind of pre-made solution to get viral.
Which,
It's
like
that.
I said, it might
That's
work for some people. That's what
oh,
if that's your goal. But
definitely.
I don't think if you're trying to like build a brand, I don't know if that's a good path. I think you should start like think
To
of it this
think.
way. Like, if
Yeah.
you're gonna work out, like, you could start working out by with steroids or naturally doing it, and then when you really need the steroids, you can inject it. That's fine. I
Yeah.
don't judge. Do your thing. But that's essentially what it is.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. What's for you like the biggest maybe misconception about content creation? If you had some example with some customer or when they start to have this first step with you.
Yeah, I mean that's a good one. I work with an electrician who does high ticket sales for um, generators, and he kind of was on the fence. Like, I don't know if video is going to do it. Like, it's such a niche, and I don't actually think people are going to really, you know, I don't know if video is going to work. And then I'm like, okay, well, I mean, we could take this chance and figure it out together, and we did. And he got people like organic. We didn't no ads or anything. He just ran organic videos that we made, and people were like, "Hey, like, you happen to do what I need." And through DM, he was able to get a customer. So like, there's that too, right? Um, Sometimes it takes a while to get customers, like 60, 90 days of consistency, or you can get lucky like this guy, and like in your first 3 posts, you have someone DMing you, you make the sale, and it pays for the whole thing, right? There's
Mm.
that. So the misconception is like, yeah, like, don't rule yourself out. You should definitely consider betting on yourself if you have something that people need. It's just a matter of putting yourself out there and not caring what others think, or not trying to talk yourself out of it because you don't think there's a market exists. Um, let the actual content decide for you.
Yeah, it's all about perception at the end. I realize, it's all about perception,
Yeah.
because sometimes the client think about that. He say like, yeah, for what, that will not work. It's a niche, and but I realize Instagram or also TikTok, because some people say, yeah, but my customers are not on Instagram. I said, I don't want, I will have to fact check the numbers, but for example, in Australia, we are 27 million, and at least there is 75% of the population on Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And they're checking their phone 100 times a day. That's the average,
exactly.
right? The average number of people who check their phones in a day is 100 times. And if you're not at least like 2 or 3 or 10 of that 100 times, then you are forgotten. You are going to lose your business. You're going to become extinct. I don't know how else to say it. You need to be where people are hanging out.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't know for you, but for me, jumping more in the front of the camera for also my own businesses, doing everything linked to showing yourself, building trust, was a game changer.
Yeah, man, for sure. And I remember my first video. Like, I don't know if your first videos, you ever look back and kind of chuckle, but like your first videos are definitely not going to be the same as your 100th video.
Yeah.
So think about like every journey starts with step one, right? Don't expect the step one to be the same as, like, there's levels to it, and you get better over time. It's like working out a muscle or learning an instrument.
Yeah. Yeah, it's practicing. Yeah, we say that it's just practicing. And so I'm curious now if have some story about your journey as a videographer. If one day something went wrong, I'm curious about anecdote.
Yeah. There's one that sticks out like a sore thumb, and so I was invited out to San Diego for this event, and one of my clients flew me out. We went together. We stayed. It was great. We were like, in a beach house for a few days, creating content, and then I had to go into the event, and he was going to interview some people, and I was going to film it, and the mic didn't end up working. I thought it was on, but it wasn't actually on. So there's actual footage of them talking, and all you hear is like a loud room, a bunch of people.
Oh my God.
I felt terrible. It kind of got to me pretty good, and I was very blessed to have my client, who's actually a friend of mine too, right? We became good friends during this process, and he was very forgiving. He said, like, as long as you don't make that mistake again, like, you should be fine. And I took that, and I thought really hard about it. Like, how do I never repeat this mistake again? It's really about creating some sort of check mark or process of which how I conduct my shoots. And, so that luckily that was early days, and it's hopefully saved me a bunch of mistakes up until now, because I've put in a process that, the mic checks, white balance, and all this stuff that you need to, but But the mic didn't work, man. It sucked. He interviewed like 4 people, and
oh my God,
those videos never made it. They never surfaced until now. Right?
Oh my! Can I share the video during the podcast?
I'll send you all of it.
Yeah, please.
Hey, mistakes happen. As long as you're able to learn from it.
It's a learning process.
Fail forward.
It's a learning process. It's not really mistake. It's just learning process. That's happened with a customer, unfortunately, but it was with a good one with you. So
that was 3 years ago. It was like I was in like year 1.5 of actually like making money with this business. I was like still early days, but it was a very, very good lesson.
Yeah, nice. What did you do before jumping in videography? What was your job before?
I worked in tech as a user experience designer. So we helped create software and make it better with design by taking feedback and talking to the stakeholders and bringing things to life, right? It was, it's fine. It's a good job, but wasn't very exciting.
And thank you. And we choose one example. Now, if you have like your best memories,
Best memories. Um, Best memories. I mean, I feel
if you
like
have to choose one, if you have to choose one,
if I have to choose one. Hmm.
yeah, something like maybe totally unexpected for you. You know, like you went there, you was thinking it will be like a normal working day, and finally a lot of things happen in a good way. I don't know, something.
Yeah, yeah. No, I know
Or you meet
exactly.
someone, you meet someone very like you was like, oh my god.
So I have a friend here in Vancouver. He doesn't live in Vancouver anymore. Anymore, he lives in Kelowna. But he was hosting an event, and this event, I think there was like a couple hundred people that attended. It was like a pretty big deal, and it was his first event that he put on like at this scale. And he flew out people and to talk, and him and I had this idea of like this event. Like he manifested this event to me, so I naturally, as a good friend, I wanted to be as supportive as possible, and like I helped them with some minor graphic design and just overseeing some projects for video. Like I would just try to be useful. But the best feeling was being a part of the event and watching all those people speak and their journey and success, and how even at their level they're still human, and like it's actually possible if you put your mind to it. So that for
Mm.
me was profound, because when I came home from that event, because we had to travel, it's like a 4-hour drive. Fuck, I was buzzing. I'm still buzzing from it, and I think there's something to be said about being surrounded with people who are
Mhm.
like-minded and have similar goals. It's really something that can take you to another level, and I truly believe that. So my fondest memory, I guess, so far, it was like last April, is still fresh. But yeah, it was going to an event and being a part of something like that big in person.
That's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good, man. That's just, you said something interesting. You used two different words that I would be happy to go deeper on it. You say you manifest this event, and you speak about the power of your mind. Do you work a little bit? Do you practice some meditation or manifestation for your business? Is it
Every
something like that?
day, every
Ah,
damn
tell
day,
me more
man.
about that. We never spoke about that, but I'm interesting
Oh,
because
okay,
it's a good
sure.
topic.
Meditation for me is silence
Hmm.
or just breathing while like listening to something, and I usually do it like on my walks. So after my kids go down, like I try to go for a walk with my dog, and that's my meditation. I get a lot of my deep thinking done, and like during that time, and just thoughts that come to me, or I kind of write them down sometimes, or
Mm.
I repeat it so much that it's ingrained. So when I'm like done my walk, in front of my computer just trying to like bring things to life and implement things and message people about stuff. Like yeah, I think having that silence and reflection and peace to gather your thoughts has great effects for me, at least.
Yeah,
And I don't
yeah.
even know if that's actually meditating. People who meditate are probably gonna be like, "Who's this guy?" And
No, no. Like honestly, it's you. I think like this is part of our authenticity. This is what I mean. It's very important. This is you and who you are,
yeah,
and I really love this topic. It's a very important topic for me also, like manifestation and
yeah. How do you
meditation and
manifest? Like, are you meditating? What do you do?
yeah, journaling. Journaling. I think
Ah,
meditation and journaling. Journaling. I manifest the biggest thing in my life was journaling. Yeah,
now are you writing like with pen and paper, or are you
pen and
typing?
paper.
Ah,
Pen
I
and
like it.
paper. Yeah. I think it's the first step of taking action, like because you manifest by, by taking small step of action and
Yeah.
already taking time to write, to just stop everything and just sitting and just writing.
Oh
It's
yeah.
also already like a big step. It's not something I would say natural for us because like for me not. Some people love writing. For me, I never used to write before. So that asked me some focus at the beginning,
Hmm.
letting go also, letting go my own self to say like there is no shame to sit and to write. Like you can do.
You
That's
surrender
totally
to
fine.
it.
Yeah, Yeah, and
Yeah,
so yeah,
love that.
I create my own I would say ritual, you know, one moment.
Mhm.
And now I'm a little bit out, so I really want to go back deeper on it. So thanks for sharing your story about that, because I really believe that can change a lot of things in our life. Definitely,
Yeah, man, 100%. Um,
definitely.
I agree. I'm happy that you're gonna get back into it, and you should definitely just get some B-roll, nice shots of you journaling, man. I mean, just the
True.
action with the behind the scenes, like if you're trying to build a personal brand, right? Like even for business owners who are wondering like what kind of content should I post? Like if journaling is a part of your life, you should be recording it and sharing it. If helping people is a part of your life, just the but behind the scenes conversation, like just have video running, like
Yeah.
and clip it
Thank
and
you.
and show people like I'm still
Sure.
trying every day my best to share as much as possible that I think would maybe inspire or educate. So
Yeah. So that's a very good point what you said, because the personal branding is also a huge topic at the moment.
yeah,
So what's the best, not the best strategy, but what you can recommend? So like sharing our work and also sharing a little bit of personal life.
yeah,
It's like your hobbies, your goals, but you said it's also something that can inspire or educate.
educate. Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it goes back to what you were saying earlier. The strategy is have one person in mind, and the words that you speak that are hopefully under a minute if you're making short form video. um, the words you speak are going to help that one person that you have in mind. That one person that watches the video is going to be better off. And
Mm.
you did it in a way where you're not being disingenuous, you're being as authentic and real as you can. You're not worried about how you look or what's in the background. Like it's just pure signal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you can give a pure signal consistently, your personal brand is gonna compound. And
Yeah.
I can speak on that because that's kind of what I did. I've seen other people do it, and I'm sure you have experience with it, right? So um, it's about just consistently providing value, and then it'll compound.
I like the way you are saying the pure signal, because it's
Mhm.
exactly what it is. It's like your pure authentic signal. It's like, and that's why there is no shame, but we can feel a little bit, yeah, the shame to go, because it's part of our secret garden, I would say, some things. And it's not so easy at the beginning for someone who already start also to be in the front of the camera. So there is step, like not jumping everything on the personal branding and go deeper, deeper, deeper. But we don't have to be afraid to share our garden secret too. I think it's not easy to do, but at the beginning, starting to be more, as you say, sending this pure signal of, you use this example with me to share when I'm journaling. I never did that before, for example, because for me it was more like something very inside,
Personal,
but
yeah.
yeah, very personal. But yeah, that's a
And
very, very good advice.
personal branding starts with personal. So,
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, that's true.
but you got there's a
Um,
fine line of how
yeah, there is
personal you
one.
want to get, right?
Yeah.
That's why you got to always like keep in mind the one person is going to be a signal to help them. Like if I
Mm.
share something very personal about myself that's irrelevant, like is maybe it's funny and it's self-deprecating and it's making to make someone laugh. So if it's coming from an entertainment purpose, yeah, like maybe you are sharing personal things that are self-deprecating because self-deprecating jokes are hilarious,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
but I guess you got to find a line of like what's your style and what do you want to do.
I agree. I agree. All right, bro.
I got a
Thank you so
question for
much
you.
for. Let's
I
go.
got more. I got yeah. I kind of wanted to get an idea of. You said you've been helping with ads.
Yep.
What are some of these? What are some of like the case studies you've been working on lately that like were, you know, exciting for you and the results for you were, you know, you were happy to share them and you saw from start to finish.
Yeah. So, like I have the chance to work with some people who never did ads
Yeah.
and no content, for example. So the goal was to, first of all, like, jumping in the front of the camera. And our process to make ads is also, I don't want to go deeper on the offer, but we are doing all the avatar study and everything. So, we are doing all the copywriting. So we are sure that what we are writing is talking to the avatar.
Hmm.
And this is one mistake I realize a lot of service-based businesses here doesn't do: avatar study or ideal customer. So they are talking to everyone, but we know when you're talking to everyone, you are talking to no one.
Yeah.
So taking like a step to say, okay, I'm focusing just on them, and maybe we can make 5, 6 creative just on this avatar. If you have a second one, we can do something else. But first of all, we need to understand who are they and how we can talk to them. What kind of language I need to use that he understand me. That's the first things. And so it's a very passionate topic, advertising, like all the psychology stuff on the side, and all the language model you can use. It's a very deep topic. And so yeah, to answer to your question, I used to work with different company here, and one of my friends also asked me. It become a friend because I start with do content creation. He started to ask me for doing some ads, and we do some ads. And it was the first time he made kind of advertising in front of the camera. We make something very smooth, but it was the first time he see himself in this action of promoting his own business.
Yeah.
And I was pretty happy with me. I was very happy with the result. And in the same way, I have like a little bit of proudness somewhere to say, like, I did it with him. I was here for his first step,
Yeah.
totally, like out of his comfort zone to make something good for his businesses, for the long-term businesses.
Yeah.
So this is more, we can speak about KPI, we can speak about result, we can speak about a lot of different things. And it's another topic. We can talk quickly about that. When people say, if you do this kind of script and this kind of video, you will duplicate yourself by 6, 7, 8, ROI multiple 10. For me, this is that doesn't make any sense at the end, because there is a lot of things to take in consideration when you are making an ad. And making an ad is not just like, okay, if it's for a product, you are maybe static images, they click, button conversion, that's it. But for service-based businesses, the ads is working as a synergy with all the ecosystem around. Everything they build, like the website, the landing page. Landing page is so important. It has to be optimized. The YouTube video, the content, the organic content, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, everything you want. That doesn't work very alone. It's an ecosystem. And our goal as a videographer, when we are creating creative, like for organic content and ads, is to bring qualified traffic.
Yep.
That's it. Because at the end, I'm not the guy who was closing the deal. I'm not the salesman. That's not me. My goal is to drive people, qualified lead on the landing page. The landing page has to be optimized. If I didn't do the landing page, if you are losing lead because you are adding too much friction. So we need to analyze, but it's a very like a deep work. It's not just like I'm making an ad, I will see if that works.
Yeah. It's a lot of holistic
You need to sit.
overview and making sure things are aligned. Yeah, I get it, man. I mean, that makes sense. What is your favorite part about it?
About the filming.
The
As a
filming?
videographer, is the filming. Yeah, I
filming,
really
yeah.
love the copywriting too. I really love it,
Yeah.
and I start to be more involved on it. I can recommend a book like The Breakthrough Advertising from Jen Schwartz. It's an amazing one, or Cash Advertising also.
Mhm.
It's a very 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 good book. Because
Now, when you say you read it, are you reading it or audiobook?
No, read. I'm not audiobook. No.
Ah, okay. So traditional paper and words.
Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I cannot read on the. I try to read on my iPad or on my
Yeah,
phone.
no,
I
that's
cannot
hard
do
on the
that.
eyes.
It's so weird. Yeah, it's so
I
weird.
usually just listen. I use Audible and like I listen to all my books mostly.
You have a you. It's I don't know. Like maybe for me, like my memory, it's better when I see.
Yeah,
More
for
than
sure.
I'm listening.
Yep. I'm
So yeah.
I'm the same. I actually I do like paperback books and reading, but I find myself like Audiobooks, like you can finish a book on average like 8 hours.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
For me, it's 8 weeks, maybe
Yeah.
more.
Yeah. So because like I'll be listening to an audiobook like on a walk, right? Or if I'm like doing something mundane, right?
Mm.
Whereas reading, you actually have to allocate 100% of your attention to.
Yeah, but I think it's maybe for me the easiest way. That's my personal
Exactly.
opinion, but the easiest way to catch and keep
Comprehend.
the information and the comprehension of the book
Love
rather
that.
than audiobook. I know I will do something else on the side, so that means I
Yeah.
will dedicate my attention 50% here and I will do something else. You
Yep.
know, so I will miss some information that can be important.
True.
When I'm working, I love listening podcast for
Yeah.
sure. Because I can just listen to this on the side. But
What are you listening to podcasts? Like, what is your go-to? Do you have a favorite
Oh,
podcast?
I love business podcast
Ah,
and spiritual podcast. Yeah,
nice. That's cool.
yeah. That's the I love that. I love the business part. That's very interesting to follow what's happening in the business world.
What are some
Listening
good business
successful
podcasts that you
business.
recommend?
But yeah, it's a French one. Sorry.
Ah, they're all French. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Few one are in English. I can have a look the channel.
Are you originally from France then? You're not
Yeah.
from Quebec in Canada, right?
No,
Okay,
France.
you're the real
Near
French.
Paris. Yes, I'm the
Ah,
real one.
But you live in Australia now, right?
Yeah.
What made you move there?
The wind. I follow the wind.
Ah,
It's
I
very.
like
It's
it.
a very. It's a very. I used to have a business in France. I used to have a kids model agency.
Ah,
Yeah, with a business partner, and at the end, I realized I was not happy anymore in what I was doing, and I start to lose myself a little bit and more after months, and start to go in a way of being. I say like, what I'm doing, I need to take a decision. So I sold my company parts, and I start to travel. I say, okay, I will jump to Bali first because one of my friends was there,
nice.
and he left after, and I start to speak on Instagram with a very old friend of mine from primary school. And because I know we travel a lot, and I say, okay, I'm just starting my journey. I don't know where should I go. I was thinking to go to Thailand, but no specific goals, just going for going.
I love
And
that.
and he said like, ah man, I live in Australia. You should come. I live in Sunshine Coast. You can have a working holiday visa. You can stay 2 weeks at my place. You can work, make money and continue to travel.
Love it.
And I say, you know what? I decide to not controlling anything anymore and just following the opportunities of the life. And I say, he offered me this proposition. Why not? I was in Bali and just do the working holiday visa, and I went to see him in Sunshine Coast. And 6 years after, I'm still in Australia.
I love that.
I
That's
didn't
awesome,
move.
man. That takes a lot of balls to just get up and go like that.
Yeah, like it was. I don't know. Yeah, if for me, like it was more hard to stay. I think at the beginning it was kind of an escape, and to find myself, just sit and, as we spoke about, doing nothing. Sometimes just meditate and just sitting and say, okay, what I want to do now, where I feel comfortable. And this is why I start videography. I start by photography, and I'm doing some video after. But I grew up in this industry, in the advertising and photography industry. So since I was young, I wanted to be photographer, and I jump on sales and I jump on different things after schools. And I love sales too. I love business part. But I realize what I love is these creative parts of photography and video. And I say, okay, from now I'm in Australia. If I have to restart something from scratch, I'm doing what I love, or I'm not doing anything, So I just
love
bought
that,
some
man.
stuff also. New camera, like you spoke about 10,000, but people doesn't understand when you buy a new camera, you need also to buy a new computer because you need to have something powerful
True.
to edit your video. So it's an ecosystem also
Oh
around.
yeah, it's a big
Yeah,
investment to get in.
yeah. So I'm still in now, and I'm just working on the marketing as trying to bring leads and understanding how we can live our best life and doing what we love.
I love that, man. Well, I'm excited.
Thank you so much, Neema, to
Thank
joining
you.
us today.
It's a
And
fun one, Tom.
what? Yeah, like honestly, you give a lot of value, so I'm very happy. Like people, maybe
thanks.
just small businesses are looking to jump on the video for the first time. You give a lot of good value, so it's pretty cool. Thanks for them.
Yeah.
And if people wants to join you, reach you, maybe we will have some people in Canada. They are listening to the podcast. We don't know. What's the best way to reach you?
Instagram, megafon.ca.
Perfect. All right, I will put all the link behind the video, your website if you want, or LinkedIn, everything you give to me, I will put it on the video, under the video.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And thank you so much, bro. And I wish you a lot of success.
Thank you. Likewise. That was fun.